What is the major reason that caused Kaohsiung air with poor quality? I already give you the answer for today's title, right? Transportation. Do you think which kind of equipment, which kind of or car or automobiles? What is it? What release the pollutants more? 你觉得是汽车还是机车还是哪一种交通工具排放最多的二氧化碳或是污染空气的东西 ？Which one?
Motorcycle.
Yes, the answer is motorcycle. Okay. How many of you riding motorcycle? Okay. So how about the others? No. So how you get to the school? Good choice. Self-sacrifice and then easily to come to the school. Okay. How about the others? How about the others? If you didn't ride a motorcycle, how did you get to the school? Okay. Station. Okay. Public transportation is a good choice. How many of you ever take a flight to other countries? Raising your hand, please. Yes, of course. Airplane release a lot of carbon dioxide. Okay. Like burning the gasoline so they can fly on the sky. Okay. Except the human. Bird also using the sky. There are many kinds of birds flying past Taiwan. Some of them will stay here for several months. Some of them will leave within 3 days. Okay? Could you give me any example? Like any kind of a bird you know that will be flying past to Taiwan? 我要你们举一个例子，就是你们告诉我有哪一些鸟类，一种就好了，它会飞过台湾，就是会迁徙的。黑面琵鹭 ，OK。Spoonbill， 还有其他的吗？ Actually, if you check the syllabus, and I give you an event in Kending, that is about a great-faced buzzard. 灰面狂鹰 Great-faced buzzard. This is a kind of a raptor. Okay? So let me go to the PowerPoint slide. We do the statistic every year. Every year we've done that. So you can see we have a different kind of a raptor. We have the organization that they focus on the raptors that will transport, they will migrate it past Taiwan to other country. Okay, we list about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And each of them means something in Chinese, but I think the international student, can you read those Chinese words? Okay, right. This one is a red belly. Okay, it is a hawk. The second one is gray-faced buzzard. We put them in one kind of order that based on their number, okay, their population. It will be like 250,000. It's actually called a Chinese goshawk. This bird, English name is Chinese goshawk. 2,500,000 of the population. Rising or decreasing? See the table and tell me the answer. Increasing, of course, increasing. This season we have 250,000. And the same season in average, it's only 150,000. So it's highly increasing. Really, their population highly increasing? Or what happened? Or maybe they just ask their friend to go to Taiwan together. Will that be a choice? Okay, I should give you some common sense. One pair of Chinese goshawk will lay about 6 eggs per year. But normally, only 2 of these eggs will successfully grow up and can start their traveling. Okay? So even each pair of Chinese Goshak successfully raising their child, this number should not be increased so dramatically, right? Must have some other reason. What is the reason? You have to recall all the knowledge I told you, like we have a monsoon wind, right? Like we have a typhoon. Okay, if you recall that typhoon made this result. Why? After other slides, I will talk about the migration path for these birds, and you will know. Okay. The second one, Gray-faced Bazaar. Until October 19th, we have 69,000 around this population. But this morning, after 4 days passed, we already, this number raising to 110,000. So increase like 30,000 Gray-faced Bazaar passed to Taiwan. So it says no more or no more. Compare the number on here. Okay, on this table is normal or unnormal. It's a normal, right? Because compare with annually number, total number is only 45. And here comes to this number. Another time raising so dramatically. Okay, so your teacher invites you to go to canteen last week. I watched Eagle by myself, and I enjoy that. Okay, you can see they flying together like a river. We call it as Eagle River, and it will point to the Philippines, and they were flying from canteen to Philippines. How long they gonna take? How long? How much time they gonna take by flying from canteen to Philippines? You're underestimate of this reptile. Their name is reptile. They are the family of a dinosaur. They are kind of very powerful and strong. They are extremely animal on Earth. Okay? So the number is less than 30 days. Give me another number. 20 days? No, less than 20 days. 灰面狂鹰从垦丁飞到菲律宾到底要花多久 ？Okay, Sunny, please.
I think they will still have to eat, drink. And since they're flying overseas, it cannot be too long. Otherwise, they'll die.
Yes, good point.
What about 3 to 5 days? Depends on the wind.
Depends on the wind.
Yeah.
Okay. By following slide, you will see the outside looking of these eagles. This one is gray-faced buzzard, and this one is actually red belly. Okay, but its English name is Chinese goshawk. Chinese goshawk, 赤腹鹰，这个是灰面鸠或灰面狂鹰。Okay, these two kinds of birds flying from Siberia to Indonesia or Philippines annually. They can live about 15 years. 15 years. They will start migration since they are only sub-adult, which means they didn't grow up, they are only teenager. They are not fully mature, and they start joining this traveling path. Okay, for what reason they fly in so long distance? 这些老鹰要从西伯利亚飞到菲律宾或印尼，为了什么原因他们会飞这么远呢？ They are not so complicated as human. They are very simple species. They only focus on several things: survive, food, or mate. Okay, so these three factors. Choose one. Survive. If they want to survive, they should stay somewhere peacefully, right? Do not take this risk to fly in so long distance. And then it's not for survive. Any others know? Any other know the reason? 他要从西伯利亚飞到菲律宾，他是要为了食物还是为了求食物 for food? Okay, during the winter season, the Siberia is the lake of the food. They must go to the tropical place. What do they eat? Any kind of things that's smaller than them, they will eat. There is a kind of a different kind of huge bazaar with a bow hand, 秃鹰, okay? They can catch sheep. They can catch goat, baby goat, okay? And there are some video on the YouTube you can find a bazaar hunt a pet dog. And this owner walking his dog on the street, and there is a bazaar flying down and it took the dog away. This happened in Europe, quite common. So you have to put a chain on your dog. So if any accident, you can pull it. Okay, that's true. 在澳洲会有这样子的事情，就是会有那种秃鹰啊，或者是有其他的老鹰飞下来，把你养的宠物狗给叼走。在 YouTube 上面可以找到这个样子的影片的。Okay, they're quite very strong. Okay, they're quite very strong. This one, Chinese goshawk, is smaller. Gray-faced buzzard is a little bit bigger, like this one. Like this one. I will show you later in detail. You can see. Okay, but this is not a gray-faced buzzard. This is a crested goshawk, crested with a feather on his hand. Crested goshawk. 意思就是这只是凤头苍鹰，就是它头上的羽毛会站起来的。这种是这个样子的。It's a native species in Taiwan. It won't do the migration. It won't. Okay, keep going. This is the migration path for gray-faced buzzard from Siberia to Philippines. Okay, we put a satellite tracker on their body so we can record wherever they stop. While they are flying, there are too many factors to influence the signal, so they won't be able to record. But you can see they stopped here. Their native place is here. Traveling to north, for what reason? Maybe, I don't know, inviting friend or something. They fly with their family. They fly with their family, their uncle, their auntie, okay, their parents, their brothers, their nephew. Yeah, they do these things. They traveling as a whole family. They will become a group and start flying. While they are flying, many family join them. Okay, many family join them. And there are two paths like the choice. Oh, this is the way it means from south to north. In the left pictures, from south to north. And the right hand is from north to south. It's different paths. Okay, different. I'm sorry, I make a mistake. Here, all the birds do the migration from north, from Siberia to Philippines. They will take a shortcut. Okay, they will take a shortcut by flying across the sea. By flying across the sea. Okay, the shortest distance. But shortest distance means more risky. Okay, because they don't have any place to stop, take a rest. On the land, they go to mainland China or they choose the path to Korea. On the land, flying to the mainland China and directly go to Taiwan. They will stop in Kending for 2 days or 3 days, depends on the weather. Depends on the weather. If we have typhoon, those families start flying and they see one typhoon here, and they will choose to stay for more days. Okay, after typhoon pass, and they start flying. Can you recall how many typhoon within these 2 months? How many? Can you recall? Go to the website and Google typhoon this year, Taiwan. 今年第19号台风了。对，但是19号台风的意思是生成在马尔地夫那附近的海面，那他们都有往台湾走嘛，有的没有，有的就消失了。好，所以你应该可以查到大概有几个台风，那低于19。No typhoon into Taiwan, right? No any typhoon touch Taiwan, but they all goes to Japan or mainland China, which create a high pressure, very high pressure for those eagles. If they want to stop flying and they see, wow, what a strong and unstable wind blowing to me, I could not fly. Okay, so there might be several times they try to fly, but they hesitate and they stay. And more family come together. Some family intend to traveling in a long distance, but some of them intend to go a shortcut. But due to the typhoon, they could only have one choice, which means choose the shortcut. Otherwise, it will be too late to Philippines or Indonesia. Okay? What will happen if they go to Indonesia too late? Think about it, like go to Indonesia for food, right? For food. Those snakes on the land is not evenly separated on the land, right? Some place with more snake, some place with less snake. So if you go to Indonesia too late, what will happen? The good place already took by other people, right? So I must go there early. Okay. Young birds arrive in Indonesia early, or old bird, the young one come early. They will start flying with their family. They don't have the experience on migration. They don't know the past clearly, okay? They put some magnetic things in their brain so they could detect the magnetism on the earth, and they know where to go. They know where to go. Naturally, they know where to go. It is in their gene. But they did not clearly know the past. If the weather is foggy, if the weather is unstable, they will not be easy to go to the destinations, okay? So normally they fly with the family. But once they see the land, they will raising their speed and rushly go to the distance, okay? But why? Because the young people are so exciting and more active. Think about the social level, okay, the social level of this eagle. Okay, I didn't give you enough knowledge. Eagle didn't live with their family. They didn't live with their family. They separate, individually live. And they all have their own living area. Only during the migration, they were traveling with the family. If I am a young bird and I want to go to Indonesia, why am I so in a hurry? Because if the old one take this place, they will kick me out and I will have no choice, have no chance to take a good place. Okay? And I am inexperienced. I don't have much experience to help me to find out a best location. So I need to go to check the area, and that takes time. Okay? So the young guys will try to fly faster. And for this old bird, no matter what, I know which place is good. Okay? And I'm strong, so I could kick the young guys out so I can take my time. Okay? So this is a kind of an interesting reason. But you can see within 3 years, we only do the record. We only focus on 3 birds. Actually, we put on 20. We put on 20, only 4 sending back the signal. How about the other birds? Where are they? 我们丢了大概20个信号追踪器在老鹰的身上，但是看这张图上面大概只有4个回传了讯号，而且完成了这个旅行。这表示什么？ So difficult? Okay. I'll give you the answer. Let me losing the tracker. Okay, let me lose the tracker. Another reason. Let me die. Okay, let me die. There's only 2 reasons. Let me die or let me losing the tracker. Are you intend to believe they are died or you intend to believe they're losing the tracker? If you want to believe they died, raise your hand, please. 如果你觉得他死了，你就举手。如果你觉得他只是掉了信号 if you only think that it's losing the tracker, raise your hand, please. Okay, we can see positive people and negative people, but normally negative opinion is closer to the real life. Okay, Not average of land will die, not. But like 40 years ago, we didn't have that kind of concept to protecting ego. There is one Taiwanese word said this way, but I'll translate it in English later. This word says, 南岛鹰来一半，西高青。南陆鹰就是这些飞到南部的老鹰，来1万，死9000。Transferring in English is this kind of migration eagle will die about 90% in Taiwan. Why? Why they are dying in such a high population? Think about 40 years ago. Of course, you don't know what it looked like like 40 years ago. Yeah, but imagine that. What kind of society we had in Taiwan? Rich or poor? 40 years ago.
Rich.
No, we are poor. We are kind of poor. Okay. Okay. 民国38年 1949. Our government come from China to Taiwan. They're extremely poor. They don't have anything. After like 20 years, like 民国60年 1971, we're still very poor. We don't have that much chicken. Okay, we don't have a supermarket. We are not easy to get meat. Okay, to those people living in late age, those eagles are flying chicken. Okay, they are protein resource, so they will hunt it as a food. Okay, I try to interview several old person, and they clearly describe how delicious those soup is to me. And then they teach me how to cook this soup. Yeah, but I will have no chance to cook it because due to we hunt those much eagle, the population of those eagle highly dropped to around 10,000. And we start facing this problem and try to protecting them and this population raising. Okay, it's a sad story. But while they are going back, like going back to Siberia for a reason. For a reason. Oh, they will migrate to Taiwan in October and they were flying back since March until May. Not so in hurry. Not so in hurry. They're slowly flying back. Within this period, they're still flying very fast. But they start migration within 2 months. Okay, they're spending 2 months slowly. One by one family by one family, like go back to Siberia. And for what reason? 我刚刚已经讲了有2个理由嘛. I told you there are two facts. One is food, one is mate. So they're flying back to Siberia for what reason? And I told you if they want to survive, they should not take risks due to migration. But during the winter time, because Siberia is getting too cold, they lack of food, so they fly into Indonesia. But during the summertime, Indonesia still have fruit, and Siberia getting warmer. But they're flying back to Siberia for what reason? It's only one reason left, right? For mate, for finding their pair. Okay, they're flying back to the Siberia during the summertime for finding their partner. Okay, they'll become a pair and stick to each other forever until they die. After they die, after its partner died, will they find another new one? Yes, they will. Unfortunately, they will. Okay, they will try to find a new one to breed their child. Why they choose Siberia to raising their child? Because those chick is very weak. They cannot protect themselves. If there are too much natural enemy, like tropical area, those eggs and the chicks will be killed. Okay, so they choose the summertime in Siberia, less natural enemy, so the survival rate will raising. Okay, this is the reason. In Chinese, 他们飞回西伯利亚的时间，他们是夏天的时候。那夏天的时候，其实印尼这个地方、菲律宾这个地方还是一样热的，食物还是很多的。但他们飞回西伯利亚繁殖的原因，是因为西伯利亚的天敌比较少，它比较冷，相对于热带地方它比较冷，所以它的天敌比较少，所以它会飞回去繁殖下一代。Okay, right. So we go back to the question: How many days they're gonna take from Taiwan to Philippines. The southeast part to the northeast part of Philippines. It's like 900 kilometers. 900 kilometers. So how many days it gonna take? 他们要花多少天飞900公里? If the weather is stable, it's only take about 22 hours. How fast they are, right? Because they are not flying. They only open their wing and they use the air current. This air current will bring them to the Philippines. They didn't have to push their wing too much times. Okay. Do you think if a bird push its wing, do you think it will waste a lot of energy or not? If they push their wing frequently in high speed, will that burning a lot of energy or not? Yes or no? Yes, but think about hummingbird. Think about hummingbird. I don't know, I don't remember a number in 1 minute. How many times they're waving their wings in 1 minute? Go check the website. Come on, go. Check. 帮我找一下蜂鸟每分钟拍几次翅膀。300 times per minute. Do the same things? Like shaking your hand 300 times in 1 minute. It's like this speed. Okay. It's quite very high speed, but if every time the hummingbird push its wings and it's burning some kind of energy, it will be too tired for this bird, right? The truth is, the first time the hummingbird gonna push its wings, it take 100% of the energy. Okay? But the protein, less protein in hummingbird's muscle will reflect, okay, will reflect and decrease about 95% of the energy. So the second time, it only takes 5% to go back. So it saves the energy. 动物的设计是非常神奇的。蜂鸟在第一次拍翅膀的时候，它一定要尽全力拍出去，但是它的肌肉会回弹，它会抵消95%的力量，所以它第二次再飞下去的时候，只要5%的力量就可以了。这样了解吗？所以其实它并不是真的非常累的。But the truth is, the raptor, like the eagle, gray-faced buzzard, they didn't wave their wing frequently. They will wait until the hot air current racing, until the hot air current racing up. They will stay on the tree and wait. Once they feel this kind of a current, and they will jump. And they jump, like opening their wing, and take the hot air to rising high and go. How high? Different birds have different abilities, of course. Do you know swan? The huge swan, the white one, big bird, okay? A symbol of romance. Okay. 知道天鹅吗？天鹅是浪漫的象征, okay? They will touch their neck to each other, right? And like kissing and kissing and kissing and kissing, right? That is fighting. That is fighting. Only two swans swim together and then closely touch each other. That is teasing. Okay? So if they like swing and like a heart shape, it is fighting. Okay? Right? Swan can fly like 8,000 meters high. Do you know Atlas Mountain? Atlas Mountain, 8,400 meters high. And a big swan can fly like 8,000 meters. How about our airplane? How high our airplane fly? 747 will be 40,000 feet. 40,000 feet equal to how many meters? 12,000 meters high. Okay? But normally, they were flying like 20,000 feet. Okay, so 6,000 meters high. So one day, if you're taking an airplane and you look out the window and you find there is a bird turning on you, will you? Yes, it will. Okay, it will. They will use airplane because airplane also creates its own air current. Flying beside a huge team save your energy. Okay? If you're flying individually, it all depends on yourself. It's difficult. But if flying very close to a huge team, like a 200 birds, think about a 747, this kind of airplane. It's like a huge group of birds, right? This huge bird creates its own current. So if you're flying closer to this team, it's easier for you. Okay, so if you find the right season, if you find the right flight, right path of the flight, and you will have this chance to look out the window and see a bird. So while they go back, it takes only 1 or 2 days. It's longer. It's longer. Why they are not in hurry? Why they are not in hurry? I already give you the answer. They are not in hurry to go back to Siberia because they're going back because they want to find their pair, right? But they already have a pair that will waiting them. Okay, no matter I'm here faster or slower, so it's fine. Okay, my wife or my husband will be waiting me in Siberia, and if I couldn't find my mate, and then what do I do? If I truly couldn't find my mate, they will go to the same nesting area every year. So they just go home and find if my wife here or my husband here. If they're not here, I will wait for like 2 weeks. And then if he didn't come back, what will I do? I'll find a new one. Okay? If this bird is my mate, doesn't come home, must something happened. Okay, we stop talking about the migration. We're talking about the satellite tracker, okay? This is the number it's raising. Here is for Grey-faced Bazaar. You can see here is the satellite tracker on its back. On its back, how heavy? GPS uses 4 satellites to identify your location. Okay? If you want to receive so much signal and you have to sending out so many signals, it's gonna be more heavy. Okay? It's heavier. So, how heavy is this satellite? The total weight of this kind of equipment should be less than 5% of the bird's weight, this bird's body weight. Okay, otherwise it's overloading for them. 10 grand. Okay, the other one, Chinese Gold Shack. His body weight is only 114 grand. So this kind of a GPS satellite tracker is not good for it. It's too heavy. So we have to use another type like ARGOS, Argos. We use this kind of system, the satellite tracker. And it only weighs like 5 grand. Okay, like 5 grand. But normally, the body weight of this Chinese Gold Shack is normally less than 140, and 140 is maximum body weight. You may not able to imagine there is so light body weight. Okay, so guess, how heavy is this one? 好，我请你们思考一下，就是这只鸟到底有多重？这是一只凤头苍鹰。100 grams is too light. The body size of this crested gold shark is very similar to Grey-faced Bazaar. Okay, I didn't give you the answer. The Grey-faced Bazaar is around 450 gram average body weight for Grey-faced Bazaar. And this is a similar size, but it's younger. This one is younger male, okay, young male bird. So the body weight is less than 450. It's only about 350 gram for this bird. You may not know that it's like 60% of the body weight is come from the feather. If you remove those feathers, it's kind of skinny. And if you cut out the skin, will you see a lot of body fat? No. Their body fat is less than 8%. Okay, they don't have body fat. Everything on their body is a muscle. They need flying very fast. They're wearing a diaper. You can see this part on the end of the belly. It's white feather, right? Furry white feather. We call it a diaper. It looks very, very similar as gray-faced bazaar, except gray-faced bazaar doesn't have this feather on their hand. This we call the crested, this part, this feather. And gray-faced bazaar doesn't have a diaper. Okay? So once they are landing and standing still, and their leg is closed, you're not easy to see the diaper. So they're very difficult to separate different kind. But this one is male. Male will wear a smaller diaper. Okay, the female with bigger diaper. Why? Because they will use this feather to raising to cover their eggs and protecting the temperature. But if this bird, like gray-faced bazaar, they don't have diaper, how do they keep the warming of this egg? You may not know, like the birds, the structure of the bird, the feather structure of those birds is like this jacket. A bird, average bird, on their belly, there's one area without feather. We call it featherless area. Once they try to raising their egg, they will moving their body and show this area and let the egg touch their skin directly so they can take the heat from their parents. Okay? So that's this interesting way. Okay? And the young birds of this eagle, their feet is yellow color. Once they become adult, whole leg comes to black color. And the pattern of their feather will change. Young one with straight line from the neck to the end part of the belly. For adult, only this part is straight line. Okay, the other place is like spots. Okay, so this is the typical sign of this bird. You can touch it if you want to. It's no any kind of chemical inside. It was preserved by giving it very low relative humidity. Okay, I kept it with a moisture remover, so the humidity is less than 30%. So it is totally dried. And whenever I took it out from my room, it starts sucking the moisture in the air. So every time I display it in front of you, it's kind of a bad thing for this specimen. But for education, it is fine for me. I think this bird is willing to sacrifice too. So you can touch it if you want to. Gently touch it. And you can feel a raptor is even better than a cat. Yeah. You truly touch it. It's very joyful. Okay. Here is another thing I want to know for today's keyword. For today's keyword, this keyword is named glass collisions. Glass collisions. You have to go on the website and check. You will find several countries that calculate their building number in their capital city. Like South Korean, they have a similar number on their building in their capital city. In Taiwan, our capital city is Taipei. Okay, every year, South Korea have more than 8 million birds killed by window glass. 8 million. And Taipei have similar number on the building. So We didn't calculate the actual number, but in Taiwan, only in Taipei, it's like 8 million birds killed by the building each year. Why? An eagle have a good eyesight or bad eyesight? Bad one, so they can see things clear. They hunting snake, they hunting mice, they flying so high. They can see more than 1,000 meter long, far distance. Okay, their best eyesight is within 400 meter. With a 400 meter direction, they can see a tiny bird moving, and they could aim and focus on it and hunting it. So they have a very good eyesight. But evolution never creates a transparent glass for this bird. They didn't have a chance to learn how to avoid by hitting the glass. For birds, they can see through the glass, like this one. They can see through the glass. So they don't know there is a glass. Okay, if you clean your window cleaner, it's easier for killing a bird. If it is like a mirror, reflect the forestry outside the window, and the bird will think about, oh, there is another forest I could fly to. Okay? Once they have their full speed flying, like 40 kilometers per hour, and they hit the glass window, their neck will break, and they will die. Okay? It's a sadly truth. This one is in Canada. This association tried to collect the bird hitting in one building, from 2019 to 2021. 3 years. So many birds. And you can see several eagles and owl. There are owls here. And this is a hummingbird. So it's not a matter of the size. It's not a matter of the eyes visions, okay? Average bird will have the chance to hit the glass, okay? And this is a huge number. It's a huge number. More than 5,000 wild birds. Do we have this kind of window kill things happening in Wenzhou? Do we? Have you ever seen any bird on the alley or on each floor of the building? Do you? Why? Why not? We do have a lot of glass, right? But why not? Because we use a curtain. Okay, we create shadow, and the birds know there's not a path for them. Because we have many students walking in the buildings every day, and the birds don't want to get in close to us. Okay, another reason is they are native bird. They live in this area for many years. They already very familiar with the environment. So they know there is a glass. They may see their parents die in front of them, so they learned. Okay, got me. Okay, but please go search this word. This is a very brand new word that people start increasingly raising their attention on this kind of situation. You know, the glass wall on one building covered by glass, it's a silent killer. Truly, they're just standing there and see. You could go check the New York Trading Center. This kind of project started from the North America. It's because one person in the morning, they're walking just around the World Trade Center. And he see like 300 birds falling down in front of him, like a raindrop. He doesn't know what happened. He doesn't know what happened. He start getting curious about this situation. And then they find out all the birds are migration birds. There's no human. There's nothing to keep them away. And then they hit the window and they're falling down. Once they hitting the window, they may just get dizzy. But after then, they're falling down to the ground, they're killed. Okay, so this is a very bad situation. Go check this one. Please go check this one. And I think here's a video I want you guys to see. And you can see the window with a tiny spot, right? This is a way to prevent this window killing. Only by taping some kind of tiny spots on it, and the birds can see the window. So it's very easy for us to doing these kind of things to prevent this window killing. But did you see any building in Wenzhou do so? So you have your power to tell the school to do so. Okay? You pay for your tuition. You pay for a better environment. Give you air conditioner and a fan. It's only good for you, not good for everyone. Okay? Think about those birds. They need your care. Okay? Try to do so. And if you want to buy this spot, if you want to buy this kind of the tiny spots on the window, it's very easy. Go to the website by using the keyword prevent, and the window killing, and you will get the products quite cheap. In Taiwan, if you use 窗纱防治，然后就是贴纸这个样子的 keyword 的话，他们还会免费给你。Okay, in Taiwan, if you use the keyword 窗纱 window killing 防治 prevent and 贴纸 stick paper， 用这个方式找的话，他们还会给你免费的产品。所以 try to do something, okay? Try to do something for a better life.